Hello there. So I want to give you a brief overview of how to identify a maple tree in the wintertime, which can be difficult. So here in New England, the first thing you want to do is take a look at the tree and how the trunks or how the large branches or whatever you want to call them branch off from the main trunk. In a maple tree, they'll usually branch off in just two directions, so you'll mainly see most branching off one way and one to the other way, sort of like as a Y or a slingshot shape. And you can see that up here mostly. This guy's coming off at quite an angle, but at a right angle almost, but you can see it's trying to get into the sun to the south there. But yeah, you can generally see they kind of branch off at a shallow angle. Another thing you want to look for is on the trunk. Oftentimes you'll see white or green lichen, and you can tell it's a sugar maple when the bark sort of comes off like this on an older tree like this, but it's still pretty strong and stable, and you can really tug at it and it's not going anywhere. Although the tree does have to reach a certain age to get that type of texturing on the trunk. Another thing you can look for is if there's a lesion or a spot where sap can come out during the maple season, you'll see that drip. I don't actually see any on here, but who knows? I guess in a way that's a good thing, because then the tree is healthy, there's no lesions, and it's knocking up all those little spouts where the sap come out. And then the last thing you want to look for, and the most obvious, is leaves on the ground. It can be really hard to find maple leaves at this time of the season because they've all fallen off, and they tend to disintegrate a lot faster than leaves of different types, which might have more tannins, thus giving them better perseverance in the winter. But here you can see we got some mapley looking leaves here. The main thing you want to look for is let me see if I can get better lighting here. The main thing you want to look for is 5 little veins, if you will, coming from that stem. Those 5 veins usually make up the 5 points of the maple leaf. Oh yeah. Another thing here that you can look out for is the buds that are developing. So if you see the buds here, you can see that they're starting to develop, and that's a good thing. That's why the maple tree actually produces sap. It takes that sugary water from its roots and brings it up to the leaves so that they can have energy to grow in the spring. It gives them a head start over other trees, which I think is a good adaptation. I don't know how the sugar gets into the roots in the first place. I might have to research that, but I reckon it probably just produces extra sugar during the warmer, bright months in the summer, in the spring and fall, and then stores those sugars, brings that sugar down into the roots. But I might have to research that a bit. The main thing though is that you see that these buds are not reddish; they're not bright red. During the beginning of the maple season, if this was like a silver maple, for example, you would actually see these buds become bright red, and it would be very visible. So we're back over here. It's a new day. I wanted to show you on this very mature maple tree what sometimes you'll see as another way to identify maple trees. So on these older trees, what I'm seeing is sometimes you'll get these sort of springy looking, I don't know what to call it, like little tentacle-y formations, and I'm pretty sure that this is where the seeds, the ones that I'll probably put a picture up in the video right now here so you can take a look at it. But this is where those seeds will actually hang from and then fall off of and sort of twirl down from. So on the younger trees, I'm seeing that these seed things are either not being generated, or they just seem to deteriorate or fall off. But on these really old mature trees, as you can see on this really crazy maple, they actually seem to stick around. I'm not exactly sure why. These might also be actually spots where leaves will hang off of too at some points. I'll show you a branch that I found that fell off, but let's see if there's one here. I'll show you one from another area in a bit, but you'll actually see some ways the leaves hang on to the branches. Oh, we can see it here actually. Can we see it? Alright, I got one. So we have here, you can see clearly maple leaves on what we got right here. So you can see how the leaves are, how they hung off this formation here. I guess this one actually just is for leaves and not for those seeds, but I'm pretty sure that's the difference. These ones are for leaves, these little like light brown ones that we see right now at this time of the year. Getting some trouble focusing. There we go. So yeah, these light brown strands are for the leaves, and those little stringy reddish ones are for the seeds. I'm pretty sure this is a sugar maple too, because I tapped this tree here. This crazy maple. It must be hundreds of years old. And we're getting a good amount of sap just from today. It was really cold this weekend, so it'll probably take a while for the sap to get flowing, but it's coming out at quite a clip there. I think I'm gonna name this tree Bump, because this is the third time, I didn't catch it on video, but this is the third time that I've hit my head on this crazy branch here. I just got up and hit my head really quite hard on it, and my god, I think next time I might bring a helmet or something, just because I have to stop hitting my freaking head on this thing. I don't know why, but when you're standing right here and then you just like get up, my goodness, it just feels like with all that sun on you, feels like, you know, your head is free and clear, there's nothing above it. But you'd be wrong, my friend. You'd be wrong. So this tree is now here for forever, named Bump afterward.